I used to dread waking up every single morning, and I didn't even have kids yet. I'd come home from a regular 9 to 5 job, collapse on the couch, and just stay there until bedtime. And then I'd lie there in bed, dreading the alarm going off and having to do it all over again. I was in my early 20s when I should have had endless energy, but I barely had any. And fast forward to now, I'm a mom of three. I live off grid. I homeschool my kids. I cook everything from scratch. I'm always working on something, like we're experimenting right now with baking with freshly milled flour. And my husband works away from home for weeks at a time, which means most days I'm running all of this alone. And yesterday afternoon, I was outside on the swings with my kids. We've also been tending to our new fruit orchard. I read to my older two while I'm nursing my baby multiple times a day. Like, I am not dragging myself through my days anymore, even though they are busy and I have lots going on. And I just feel genuinely excited about my life. And the gap between those two versions of me was not a dramatic transformation. It wasn't a certain supplement I started taking or a strict diet or a 5 a.m. morning routine. It was something that really sounds too small to work, but this is the exact thing that took me from dreading my alarm to loving my days, even as crazy and full as they are now. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the mindset shift that changed everything for my energy, and then show you exactly what it looks like in my real daily life, including 2 specific habits that I practice every single day that most moms overlook. And one of them is an eating rule that made a noticeable difference in how steady my energy feels all day. This matters right now because if you're exhausted and you've been waiting until you have enough time, enough motivation, or enough willpower to make a real change, I want to show you why that approach is actually what's keeping you stuck. I'm Erica, and on this channel, I help exhausted moms build small, sustainable habits that will restore their energy and protect long-term health without extreme dieting or intense workouts or all or nothing thinking. So if that's what you need, hit subscribe and let's get into it. The reason most moms stay exhausted isn't laziness or lack of willpower, it's that they're waiting for the wrong thing. For a long time, I believed that to actually fix my energy and other health issues, I had to make big, serious changes, like overhaul everything at once, eat completely differently, exercise really intensely, sleep better, stress less, all of that starting right now. And when I couldn't do all of it, I did none of it. That is the all or nothing trap. And I lived there for years. The problem wasn't that I didn't know what was good for me. I knew. I just felt completely inadequate to actually do it in a way that would be sustainable. So I'd try, burn out, quit, and feel like a failure and go right back to where I was, surviving on empty. And here's what I didn't understand then. The size of the change is not what determines the result. Consistency is. And you cannot be consistent with something that overwhelms you. So the big changes weren't just hard, they were actually working against me. So if big changes are the trap, what actually works? Well, the answer surprised me because it felt too small to matter. So this is the thing I know that most exhausted moms don't. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. I stopped trying to overhaul my health and started asking one question instead. What is the smallest possible thing that I could do consistently? Not impressively. In fact, it should be so small, it's not impressive at all. So for me, I started with 10 minutes of yoga every morning. Not a workout program or a fitness challenge, just 10 minutes of YouTube yoga on my living room floor. That was it. And here's what shocked me. I felt better. Not because 10 minutes of, gentle stretching is some miracle intervention, but because doing one small thing every single day did something to me mentally that all the big dramatic attempts never did. It made me feel like someone who takes care of herself. And that feeling compounded. I went from that 10-minute yoga habit to now someone who lifts weights 3 times a week, tends a fruit orchard, bakes sourdough from freshly milled flour, homeschools 3 kids, and still has energy to be present at 6 p.m. when my kids want to be outside and want me to play with them. None of that happened because I overhauled my life. It happened because I kept choosing the embarrassingly small thing over and over until it just became a part of who I am. Lasting change doesn't come from intensity. It comes from embarrassingly small things done consistently over time. The smaller the action, the lower the barrier, and the more likely you'll actually do it. And the doing is everything. And if you want a really simple place to start putting this into practice, I have a free 3-day energy reset challenge linked below. It's 3 days, tiny steps, and I walk you through the whole thing. So get that below and let's keep going. Now let me show you what this actually looks like practically, because I don't want this to stay abstract. Here are a few real habits from my daily life that are so small they almost sound like they shouldn't matter or make a difference, but they really do. Most energy problems start in the very first minute of the day, before you've even gotten out of bed. This one costs nothing and takes about 2 minutes. I step outside first thing every morning and I just look around. That's genuinely it, okay? I'm not doing anything productive out there. Some mornings it's beautiful. Living in the forest in northern Canada means I might catch the light coming through the trees or hear something moving in the bush. Some mornings it's so cold I just crack the window instead because looking through glass doesn't have the same effect. You want that full-on daylight. What morning light does is signal your brain that the day has started. It sets your internal clock, which regulates your energy during the day and your sleep at night. When the first light your eyes get is a phone screen, your brain gets a confused signal, and everything from then on suffers. 2 minutes outside before you look at your phone. It sounds like it shouldn't move the needle, but done consistently, it does. That's the whole point. But the habit that made the most noticeable difference in my day-to-day energy, specifically how steady it feels, is this next one. And it has nothing to do with working out or waking up earlier. You don't have to change what you eat, just what you eat it with. So I learned this concept from Jessie Inchospe. I don't know how to say her name. She's the glucose goddess. And when I heard it, I immediately started paying attention to my own patterns. Here's what I had been noticing without understanding why. If I had a granola bar as a snack, I'd feel this almost racing heart kind of energy rush, and then crash hard a little while later. It happened so consistently, I just thought that was normal. It's not normal. That is a blood sugar spike and drop. And it was draining me multiple times a day without me even really realizing it. And the fix is so simple. Never let a carb show up alone. Always give it a little chaperone. Protein, fat, or fiber. That's the naked carb rule. Practically in my life, and I'm cooking real food from scratch every single day, this looks like never eating just oatmeal for breakfast. Always with eggs or sausage alongside it. Never a granola bar on its own. Always with cheese or cucumber sticks. And dessert is always right after dinner rather than as a standalone snack later, because the protein and fiber from the meal blunts the blood sugar spike. I actually wore a continuous glucose monitor for 2 weeks just to see the real data, because I'm a nerd like that. And the difference between eating carbs alone versus paired was visible in real time on the app that was connected to my monitor on my arm. So same foods, completely different blood sugar response based purely on what I ate with them. Once this becomes habit, you stop thinking about it. It's just how you eat. And the payoff is steady energy instead of the whole spike and crash cycle that's quietly exhausting you multiple times a day. Now here's the thing. Everything I just described works because I actually do it every day. And the reason I actually do it every day is not willpower. It's the next thing. You don't necessarily need more discipline. You need a better visual reminder of your goals. So here's the part most people skip, and it's probably the actual reason their habits don't stick. I have a simple printed chart on my fridge. I print a new one every month. It has every day of the month across the top and each habit I'm tracking down the side. Right now, that's wake up at 6 a.m., drink a full glass of water in the morning, get my morning sunlight, what kind of movement I did that day, track my water for the whole day, get my electrolytes in, and be in bed at 10:30 p.m. So every day I check the boxes. That's it. And yes, I'm not perfect, but remember, this is about consistency, not perfect consistency. And yes, there are days I miss. If I go away for a couple days, I'm not tracking while I'm away. This isn't about being hyper stressed about perfectly filling in all the boxes. It's about being a reminder to help you stay as consistent as possible. I also have a water tracker on my fridge. It's just a printed page with circles, one for every cup of water, and I color one in each time I drink a glass. Again, it sounds almost childish. I love it though. It helps so much. And here's why this works. It's not about accountability in some serious disciplined way, right? It's about visibility. When I walk past my fridge multiple times in the morning, I see that chart. I don't have to remember what I'm working on. It's right there. It's already decided. All I have to do is read it, show up, do the thing, check it off. And that little moment of checking that box off, man, that's a real dopamine hit that I love. Seeing a row of check marks build across a month does something to me. It makes me want to protect my streak. And the habits on my chart change based on what I'm working on, but the system itself never changes. Print it, put it on the fridge, check the boxes. You are not failing because you lack willpower. You're failing because you're relying on your memory and motivation, and both of those can easily run out by 9 a.m. if you're a mom and you're struggling. Take the decision out of it, put it on your fridge, let the systems do the work. This is exactly why I created my free 3-day energy reset challenge. For 3 days, I walk you through the simplest possible starting point. Tiny, doable steps that start moving you in the right direction. You get a video from me each day explaining exactly what to do, why it matters, and how to actually fit it into your real mom life. Now, it's not a fix-all. It's not meant to be. It's just the simplest, most supported place to start. So that instead of feeling overwhelmed and doing nothing, you do something small and actually feel a little difference. So if that sounds like what you need right now, the link is below. It's completely free and you can start tomorrow. I want to leave you with this. The version of me that was collapsing on the couch every evening, no kids, no homestead, none of the demands that I carry now, she thought she needed to do something big enough to matter before anything would change. And she kept waiting. The mom I am now, with 3 kids, off-grid homeschooling, blah, blah, doing most of it alone, she feels excited about her days. She has energy at 6 p.m. She goes on the swings. And again, that gap was not a dramatic transformation. It was embarrassingly small habits, just done consistently over a long time. That is available to you too. It's not too late. It does not have to be as hard as you think it will be. And if you want to hear 10 oddly specific things I personally do for insane energy as a mom, watch this video next.